Top of the day, beautiful people. Top of the day. Today is Tuesday, December the 3rd, 2019. We are on year 2. And today we are reading Genesis 25, 26, and 27. So let's get started straight away. Whew, it's cold out there. Out there playing Tetris with the vehicles this morning. That's why I'm out of breath trying to hurry up and get back in here. Alright. Genesis 25. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah. Remember, Sarah had just passed away, right? And he just bought the plot of land to bury her. And she bare him Zimran, and Jokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua. And Jokshan begat Sheba, and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Ashurim, and Letushim, and Leumim. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, and Epher, and Hanok, and Abidah, and Eldaah. All these were the children of Keturah. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son, while yet he lived eastward unto the east country. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived 160 years. Then Abraham gave up the ghost, and died in a good old age, an old man, and full of years, and he was gathered unto his people. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite, which is before Mamre, the field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth. There was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that Yahuwah blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt by the land Lo Haroi. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, and Kedar, and Adbeel, and Mibsam, and Mishma, and Duma, and Massa, Hadar, Tema, Jeter, Naphish, and Kedemah. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names, by their towns and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nations. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he gave up the ghost, and died, and was gathered unto his people. And they dwelt from Havilah unto Shur, that is before Egypt, as thou goest towards Assyria. And he died in the presence of all his brethren. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated Yahuwah for his wife, because she was barren. And Yahuwah was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. Remember, Yahuwah said, I open and I close the womb. I give life, and I am the giver of death. So he prayed and asked Yahuwah, who is the only one who could do it, to open the womb of his wife, and Yahuwah granted his request. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. I mean, we really should get back into the habit of asking Yahuwah what's going on. You know, when we have issues, he should be the first one we go to, because we can see all through here it's consistent that those who actually went to him, he answered them, right? I read it again, verse 23 of Genesis 25. And Yahuwah said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sod pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name is called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? Boy, I tell you, when you get hungry, you do some foolish stuff. He wasn't about to die. He was just hungry, bro. He was probably really, really hungry because he's been out there all day hunting. Boy, I tell you, don't make any kind of decisions when you're hungry, when you're angry, and when you're sleepy. Just go to sleep, get something to eat, calm down. Think about it. Chapter 26. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And Yahuwah appeared unto him and said, Do not go down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and I will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed I will give thee all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swore unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of the heaven, and I will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar, and the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. Something I want to bring back up real quick. He said, Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. Yahuwah said this is not too hard for us to do. Abraham did it. Sometimes we hear nobody was able to keep the law. Yeah, no, that's wrong. There were multiple people that kept the law, the whole of the law, including the prophets. Granted, the sacrifices couldn't be done because there were certain specifications that if you offered a sacrifice, Yahuwah said, this is how you do it. This is type of animal you should use, and only do it in a place where I shall put my name. So if you don't meet all of those requirements, do not sacrifice to me, because I will not accept it. It will be rejected, and you'll waste your time. As a matter of fact, I don't even require that. I require that you be obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. He constantly said that. For some reason, the people, they just wanted to keep doing what they wanted to do. We're going to sacrifice you. Who kept telling me, stop with the sacrifice. And he said, you're just completely defiled through and through. You're not even obeying the commandments, so stop the sacrifice. He said, matter of fact, take them sacrifices and eat them yourself. Remember, sacrifices were eaten unless they were a burnt offering, then they were completely burned up. But every other offering was eaten. So I wanted to say that. And Yahuwah said, the law, statutes, and commands are not hard. They're not so far from you. And don't say, oh, they way up in heaven. He said, no, you can do them. All of you can do them. And you can do them well. So I just wanted to kind of bring that out today. I really did, because it kind of burns my buttons when I hear people say, oh, ain't nobody was able to keep the law. How do you know that? That's something you heard Paul say. Or you haven't read it yourself. And you heard somebody tell you that from a pulpit, or somebody preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's how you heard that, without going back and verifying what Yahuwah himself has said unto us. He said it wasn't too hard, and it's definitely not hard today. All right, so I'm done. Verse 8. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, and Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how sayest thou, she is my sister? Doesn't that sound familiar? Then Abraham do the same thing with Sarah. And Isaac is his son. They did the same thing. Apparently, the consensus was that these people were wicked and they would kill you and take your wife, because Abraham thought they was going to do that to him and snatch Sarah up because she was fair to look upon. Isaac thought the same thing. Look, we get this is the same king Abimelech. He said, how could you bring such a sin? Don't you realize that any one of these people could have slept with your wife and you would have brought a great sin upon our nation? Same thing he said. Same thing he said to Abraham. But he said, don't you know I could have slept with your wife? I took her as my wife, but Yahuwah stopped me. He said, don't you dare touch this woman. She is the wife of him, and he is a prophet. He said, I didn't know, which he didn't know, because Abraham and Sarah had conspired together. Say, look, we both need to live. So tell King Abimelech that I'm your brother, so he don't kill me and take you. Isaac doing the same thing. So apparently they must have thought this about this nation of people, yet Yahuwah saw that they were a righteous nation. So that I don't know, so people just get overprotective about their own at times. They look kind of rough and tough, and I don't know, they might, so just tell them I'm your brother. So I mean, something had to be happening for the father and the son to do the same thing with this same nation of people, yet Yahuwah called them righteous. He said, I kept you from sinning. He said, because a great sin would have come upon your nation, and I surely would have destroyed you because of him. I'm like, whoo, boy, it pays to be on the right side of judgment. Okay, let me finish. I just get excited about this. Read again. Verse 8, I'm going to read verse 7 again. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, she is my sister. For he feared to say, she is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out the window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. Yeah, so they went Philistine. So yeah, some of them, they was doing some stuff, but this particular people, listen. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, the king looked out and saw them down there naked in the garden. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how sayest thou, she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, because I said, lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, what is this thou have done unto us? One of the people might have lightly have laid with thy wife, and thou should have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, he that touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Like, you don't play with King Abimelech. He was the king of the Philistines. Don't play with him. But apparently he revered Yah. So not all of the kings, but in certain nations, even wicked nations, there comes a righteous king that Yahuwah himself calls righteous. Like King Cyrus. He was the king of the Medes and the Persians. He said, but he is my servant. He had a heart to please Yah, So, I mean, if you read and pay attention to that stuff, it'll blow you away. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, he that touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Then Isaac sold in the land and received in the same year 100-fold, and Yahuwah blessed him, and the man waxed great, and went forward and grew until he became very great. For he had possessions of flocks and possession of herds, and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him for all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father. The Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. And they filled them all up with dirt. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them up after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of spring water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well, and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence, and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth, and he said, for now Yahuwah hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba, and Yahuwah had appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and I will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he built an altar there and called upon the name of Yahuwah and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzzath, one of his friends, and Philcol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing that ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that Yahuwah was with thee. And we said, Let there be now be an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now blessed of Yahuwah. And he made them a feast, and did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware to one another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith.
Love y'all. Be safe.
All right, love you too. Be safe. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and to Rebekah. Last chapter for the day, chapter 27. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, I am here. And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons and thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, and that my soul may be blessed, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake unto Esau his son, and Esau went into the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I hear thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before Yahuwah before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. Girl, would you quit? I'm about to put you down. What, tiny baby? And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared in the hands of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according to thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Behold, for Yahuwah thy God hath brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be very my son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is of Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, his brother's Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. Now, get this whole story while it's going down. Mind you, Isaac is Esau and Jacob's father, which is the promised seed of Abraham. Get how all this happened. At this time, when this blessing was about to be passed down, the very son that Yahuwah had promised unto Abraham, Isaac, was blind. And Yahuwah allowed him to be deceived by his very own sons. Remember, what just happened previously before Isaac asked.
Bro, I dress sexy as what, bro? Oh my god.
I'm loud. Listen, you look like a street clothed teenager with Nikes on and Jordans. Move. That is not sexy.
They think I look good.
Oh, I don't care about what them little girls think. Stay away from them. Move. You keep yourself out of trouble. And pull your pants up. I should not be able to see your underwear. Don't let me tell you again.
No.
Pull it up. Tighten up the belt.
Crap, I thought the t-shirt. Oh no, actually, that was me.
Sorry for the interruption, people.
Love y'all, dog.
Okay, now back to what I was saying. Yahuwah allowed the promised seed of Abraham to be deceived by his very own sons, which he would bring the blessing through. Now, mind you, Esau gave it up because he made a decision when he was hungry. And he legally get in and sound, well, I don't know that he was sound mind. He was of sound mind because he wasn't starving to death. So he was of sound mind when he gave over his birthright for a bowl of food. So all of this is going together. If you had put, I know you put it together, but I just want to bring it out just in case somebody see this that really wasn't paying attention, right? So now all this is going together. Now Jacob, technically, by default, because Esau sold the birthright of the firstborn to him, Jacob is now the firstborn. But Esau didn't get that memo. That's probably why he blind at this time, right before he died, so the blessing can be properly transferred to the firstborn, right? Okay, so I just want to say that. All right. Verse, I read 22 again. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, and as his brother's Esau's hands. And so he blessed him. And he said, thou art my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, bring it near me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled of his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which Yahuwah hath blessed. Therefore Yahuwah give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let the people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. I thought it was your mind.
Oh.
Hold on, keep still.
No more,
Therefore
Daddy.
Yahuwah give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be every one that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce going out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thou may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. Yeah, bro, you lost that title a few days back. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that taketh venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all of it before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came in with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright. No, let's get it right. You offered him your birthright. And behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. That one he did come take, because he knew you gave over there. He said, I'm gonna need to hop on this train while it's rolling right now. So you offered the birthright, and he did. His mother, he probably would have missed it had his mother not overheard the conversation, but she had overheard the conversation because Yahuwah put her there at the right time. All things are orchestrated by him. Yahuwah rules in the kingdom of men. Let's remember that. So his mother overheard. She alerted him, it's time to put this birthright into action. Let's roll. I'm gonna cook this meat up, you take it on in there. And Jacob was like, yeah, my father's not a dumb man. I'm a smooth man. My brother Esau was a hairy man. She said, look, go get one of them goats. Just take this goat skin. And I'd have been like, I can imagine what Jacob looked like. His father was blind. I don't know that I could have put animal skin on me to go along with these shenanigans. And then again, this was a serious thing, and they knew it, so I probably would have. I probably would have showered for an extra long time, or bathed myself for an extra long time. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that out. He didn't. He just hopped on that train when it was rolling. But you offered it was Esau's idea in the first place. Jacob was minding his own business, and you came in and he said, "Look, what is this birthright to me? I am about to die. You making some good food." And he said, "You sure?" He said, what is a birthright? I'm about to die, huh? Take it, bro. He said, okay. So at that point, the birthright, because he willingly gave it up, he did not. How do you give away an inheritance? Apparently, he wasn't thinking. And it should have been taken away, because you just freely offer up something that is literally the inheritance of your posterity forever. How do you just freely get it up for a bowl of beans? You should not have had it anyway. It rightfully went to Jacob because you didn't esteem it enough to keep a hold of it. We know you knew how to cook, because you just went out here and you hunted and you made your daddy a plate of venison. You had servants, so you did it yourself, but you had the resources to get it done and feed your own self. But since Jacob's was already done and you smelt it, you weren't thinking, like, what is this birthright to me? Give me some of that food, bruh. And he said, you sure? What is this birthright? Take it. Give me the food. He rightfully lost it because he didn't think it was important enough. You don't realize that this inheritance is for all your children and your children's children forever. He literally gave away the throne. He literally gave away the throne. And Jacob was right there to receive it. Yes. Okay. All right. And he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times, and he took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren I have given to him for servants, and with corn and wine I have sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Boy, it pays to have hindsight. I'm sorry. It hurts when you have to live off the hindsight, but it pays to have foresight. That's what I meant to say. And Isaac his father answered him and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she went and called Jacob her younger son, said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise, flee thou to Laban my brother in Haran, and tarry with him for a few days, until thy brother's fury turn away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived of both of you in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. if Jacob take the wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these, which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life be? She said, I'm sick and tired of these women around here. Do not let my son take a wife from them. Send him so he can get a wife from somewhere else. And that today, my good people, is the reading. We'll pick up on the rest of that tomorrow. So quick recap so I can get on about my day. We read Genesis 25, 26, and 27. The stolen, that's why I put the quotation marks around stolen. It wasn't stolen. Esau would say it's stolen, but Esau freely gave it away because he was foolish. The stolen blessing. So it is day 9, year 2. It is Tuesday, December the 3rd, 2019. So with that being said, beautiful people, if you missed it, go back and read it from the beginning. It's only 3 chapters. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bless you. May Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and lift his countenance upon us and be gracious unto us. And lift his countenance upon us and give us his shalom, his peace, meaning his wholeness in every area of life and in all that concerns us. All right, y'all, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the morning. Peace.